Count the
Count the
green.
green.
Get in
Get in
between.
between.
Welcome to this Halloween edition of StorrsNation. I'm your host, Nicholas Lajara, and this week I'm joined by a couple special guests to break down some major sports action. We're joined by a live audience. They can't wait for this show, and neither can I, so we'll get right back into it shortly after this break. Welcome back. I'm joined by Jake Ferrari and Ryan Perry to talk baseball. The World Series is underway and has been exciting to watch. A decisive Game 5 was concluded and the Astros have taken a 3-2 lead. Jake, what are your reactions to the World Series so far?
Well, I really think, and I'm sure both of you will agree, that we're in the middle of one of the best World Series of all time, and we're only through 5 games, so it can only get better from here. Game 2, we saw UConn's own George Springer.
Springer. Dinger.
Springer Dinger. Go-ahead homer in the 11th inning. And that was a huge one on the road for the Astros. And then last night, the Astros got it again after just an insane game. But so many back and forths. Kershaw blew a 4-0 lead.
Yep.
3-run home runs everywhere. 7 home runs in total. Extra innings, walk-off, Alex Bregman. It was just crazy. So there's been a lot of good games this series, and it's only going to get better from here.
Absolutely. And Ryan, how do you feel about the World Series so far?
It has been very entertaining. Both teams' offenses are killing it. 22 home runs between both of them so far, which is the greatest of all time. It just seems like these offenses are just scoring on command, right, guys?
Yeah. And to add to that, of the 22 home runs hit, 14 have either tied the game or given the other team the lead. So it's just been constant drama.
Yep.
It's been
all
back and
series.
forth all series.
It's really been crazy.
Yep. What pitching staff do you think has the edge, going the rest of the way?
Well, it was a battle of the bullpens for both teams, so they have a day off, but I think they'll be able to recoup. I mean, tomorrow the matchup is Verlander and Rich Hill, so I think, on paper, Verlander has the advantage, the Cy Young winner. He has a great playoff pedigree, but anything can happen in baseball, and especially in this series, it seems like. So, on paper, the Astros have a great chance at clinching, but who knows what's going to happen in Los Angeles.
Yeah, we'll see. How do you feel about it the rest of the way?
Both bullpens were definitely depleted last night. That game went on forever.
Yeah, 5 hours. Yep.
5 hours, yeah. That was the longest of all time.
Yep.
No sleep.
But, yeah, the bullpens are going to be really weak tomorrow night's game, and it's definitely going to be up to the starting pitchers to keep it going and staying as long as they can.
Yep, absolutely. And Jake, what adjustments do you think the Dodgers need to make to, come back from this 3-2 deficit?
Well, it's just the bullpen, really. They're scoring. They scored 12 runs last night. The offense has been clicking, but the pitching, and especially the bullpen, has really faltered. The Dodgers bullpen in this playoffs actually set the record for most scoreless innings pitched. Yep, with 28. And now they're just giving up runs left and right. Nobody can get an out. Even Kenley Jansen, who was the best closer in the game this season, can't seem to get any outs. So if they want to come back and win this World Series, they're going to have to shut down the Astros, which hasn't been an easy task.
Yep. And Ryan, what are your thoughts on this?
They're definitely, pitchers are definitely got to figure out these hitters. I mean, George Springer, it seems like every night he's hitting a home run.
Yeah.
I mean, especially Yuli Gurriel, Alex Bregman, Jose Altuve has always been killing it. Both sides, though. I mean, Puig hit that 2-run home run in the 9th inning.
with one hand.
He
didn't even follow through the swing. Yep.
Flick of the wrist.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it was nuts. The home runs, the pitchers got a way to stop the home runs, definitely.
Yep.
Try to slow down these offenses.
Yep.
But yeah, like Jake said, bullpens are going to be huge this end of the road.
And who do you think, is going to finish the series?
From Puig's interview last night, I mean, they're really hoping to go to a Game 7, and they believe that they're going to make it. So, I mean, I feel like they have the passion. I feel like maybe the Dodgers will pull it out.
How do you feel about it?
Yeah, like I said earlier, it feels like that the Astros have the advantage tomorrow, the momentum shift and Verlander on the mound. But this series just feels like it's destined to go 7 games. So I think tomorrow night the Dodgers get the job done, and then Game 7, who knows?
Yeah. And those are definitely the 2 best words, Game 7. We're definitely looking forward to see how the rest of the series plays out, and we'll catch you after the break. Welcome back. I'm the rookie, she's the vet. We are joined by Daniela, Marulanda, and Ryan decided to stick around and have some puck talk. The NHL has been underway for about a month now and it's been exciting as ever. Daniela, what are your initial thoughts on the season so far?
Thank you.
Ryan and Nick. It's been full of surprises. The back-to-back champs are struggling. Last night they lost 7-1, I'm sorry, and receiving a lot of goals. And the New Jersey Devils surprisingly have been consistent at first in the Metropolitan Division. But for me, the biggest surprise is the new kid on the block, the Vegas Golden Knight, are A1-0, an extremely good record for the new expansion team that put the second in the Pacific Division. The Knights have the best point percentage in the NHL with .889, and nobody expected this new team to do so well. Nobody really expected that. Also, let's not forget the beautiful ceremony that they held after the tragedy in Las Vegas.
And absolutely, an expansion team coming in just this season to dominate so far has just been incredible. It's unforeseen usually in professional sports. Ryan, how do you feel?
What's been shocking for me so far has been Montreal. They've been having such a poor season after having such a great 2016 and 2017 season. Their offense is ranked worst in the league, averaging 1.7 goals a game. Their defense is second worst with 3.8 goals a game. And I'm just hoping this team can turn it around. I mean, they've always been the top dog in the NHL, and this year just been so poor.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't really understand in hockey. Usually the great teams, they stay great for a long period of time, and to see Montreal kind of struggle out through the season, hopefully they can turn it around.
Yeah,
and let's not forget that they also have Austin Matthews, who was the big name last year in hockey, and they're not taking advantage of him. So what are we expecting him to do?
It's definitely interesting to see. Speaking of Austin Matthews, who are some players you see making an early case for MVP?
Yeah, there's some early on in the season we don't really know, but for me, Brad Marchand from the Boston Bruins is making his case for the award. He leads the Bruins with 12 points in 9 games so far. He has scored 7 goals, and more impressive, he has only accumulated a 2-minute penalty. Huge for him and the Bruins. And even though they lost to the Kings on Saturday, the Bruins are in the middle of the pack. Still some hope, so hopefully he can lead the team to a better season after this rough start for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ryan, who do you see as an early MVP, favorite, coming out so far?
For Nick, for me, it's got to be Steven Stamkos down in Tampa.
Stamkos.
Stamkos is amazing. I love that guy. So far this season, he's leading the league with 21 points through 12 games, and leading the Lightning to another impressive start. They're 9-2-1 on the new season. We know how good this team is. Every year they're always playing really good, but we see with Stamkos out, they're not as good as they usually are. Last year in the playoffs, they could have been better, but Stamkos definitely he's helping this team out.
Is Stamkos the LeBron of the NHL?
I believe so. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how Daniela feels, but
No. It has to be Sidney Crosby.
Absolutely.
Definitely the pillar of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Hopefully they can come back after this few embarrassing losses. They lost 10-0 to the Blackhawks. So for me, he will lead this team again. So it's kind of hard right now that this team that's the back-to-back champ is not as good as we hope to be. They lost their goalie. So a lot but no. Sidney Crosby definitely the LeBron of the NHL.
And you can see that too with across sports where the champions, Golden State and Cleveland, they've played so many years in a row in the championships, and eventually these teams they get tired, and Pittsburgh is kind of having that hangover again of the third year going back for another championship. So it's really interesting to see how they're fighting, but I definitely think they could turn around.
Absolutely, and maybe they won't win it this year because everything that comes up must come down at some point. So it will be interesting to see who is the new contender this season in the NHL.
Okay. And that's it for this week's show. Thank you to our analysts for giving us your insight, and as always, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to follow UCTV on Twitter and tune in next time. I'm your host, Nicholas Lajara. Please stay safe this Halloween. Peace. I'm an Aztec warrior. All right, we good. Yo, my fault for laughing out loud.